Hey, welcome to the Beast Inquiry with Fanatiq. We're going to talk about Marvel, but real quickly before we jump into that, when I did the interview or whatever, we don't have any video, it's just audio. So what I did is I grabbed some footage from the Arizona guys around here. You can see Angelic play a Shuma team, which personally I think is the best Frank West team I've seen so far. And I wouldn't be surprised if it stays the best one for a long time. So props to Angelic for building such a sick Frank team. Honestly, it's better than having pairing Frank with Skrull. So that's that. You'll see a lot of pretty cool stuff, a lot of variation in the characters. I jump in, I play She-Hulk, Nova, and Taskmaster. So if you see that, that is me missing the combos. So, other than that, let's jump into it.
Alright, what's up guys? I'm here with Fanatiq, and I just kind of going to be talking to a bunch of different Marvel players, and, talking about a few different aspects, kind of picking their mind on things that I find interesting, and hopefully some of you guys will get stuff out of it too. Today we have Fanatiq, AGE. How you doing, man?
I am doing very, very good.
Okay, I got
Thank
one
you very
question.
much for taking the time to talk to me. What's up?
Yeah. Where can I save 15%?
Oh my God! Please stop. I thought you would never ask. Actually,
no,
I've
but
been
see,
waiting for you to ask that all this time. You could actually save 15% at pdp.com.
See, people get set up and blindsided that later in the thing. I just get it out of the way real quick,
Right.
Let people know where the business is at, and then we move on.
Yeah, and it's easier that way. Not itching to say it the entire time, looking for ways to swag way it in.
Right. Okay, so, because I'm kind of getting into Marvel, and I started learning to Marvel, and, trying different characters out, seeing where, I land with them. It was apparent to me that movement is, really big in Marvel. What do you think about that? Do you agree? Is that, a number one top priority to get down? Do you think movement is, the biggest thing in Marvel?
I don't know if I can say the biggest, but it's definitely an integral part. You know what I mean? It's like you can't. It's not. You have to be mobile because there's so many things happening in the game, and you don't want to be locked down in a specific spot.
Right.
And so you need a character that can kind of maneuver around specific spots, and then and then you can do that offensively and defensively. You need that mobility. And so that's movement it's huge. And you'll instantly tell someone who has a much better has better movement. A lot of times they can be not as good at certain aspects, but they'll still do good just based off.
Right. People with better movement are much harder to hit, and I find it way harder to open up because I can't get them with my gimmicky ass setups that I used to be able to get people that can't move as well.
Yeah.
I guess, do you think that's for me, it was one of the harder things to learn in the beginning. You coming from UMvC2, that was just something that just happened with UMvC3, right? That something just kind of went along with it? Or was there Marvel 3 specific stuff that you had to learn?
Marvel 3 specific. I remember having a day one time where I was training. This is in the early days of Vanilla with knives, and I remember specifically that my movement got good. It was like a click or something. I think I naturally had some movement, with Magneto automatically, but this day it was just so apparent to me, wow, I'm actually very able to control him now in the Marvel 3 realm, because there's differences, and so it still took time, just playing and moving and just getting comfortable with him until eventually it was whatever I'm thinking right now, I'm gonna do it.
Right, till it's second nature, and then I guess you started to feel that you were maximizing Magneto's movements and his tools.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess moving on to another thing that I because I'm a Street Fighter player and I'm trying out Marvel, one of the biggest things for me, other than movement, was understanding what roles assists play. and people would tell me, oh yeah, this character goes well with this assist, and oh yeah, that assist is great for this character, and blah blah blah. I'm like, I would look at it and I would understand, like, oh yeah, you know, Doom hidden missile is obviously a great assist. Like, you know, you can see that's a great assist, but I wouldn't, you know, see how they would work more intricately with, you know, why you would call them, when you would call them, yada yada yada. So I guess what I'm saying is the question the same as far as movement from MVC2 to MVC3? Was calling assists the same type of thing? You know, because I noticed in the beginning a lot of people were getting happy birthday and yada yada yada.
I think, yeah, you would generally want to call them at the same time that you would with Marvel 3. You have to protect them. You know, happy birthdays in Marvel 2, you know, was just a double snap and you got bopped, right?
Right.
And so you always had to watch that. And now, you know, with drones, there's certain things like, you know, because the drones come out where your character is, there's a lot of times where you would naturally, and I think I run into that problem too sometimes, is where you would naturally call the assist, just, you know, naturally in the course of the gameplay, and it's now unsafe. And I think I might still have those habits. It's really hard to break 10 years of Marvel 2 habits. And I didn't use drones in Marvel 2. I used Psylocke and Storm.
Right.
And so it's like, you know, but either way, yeah, I mean, you still want them around the same times, depending on what the assist is.
Okay, so now what I understood is that when I was playing Marvel in the beginning, I was thinking about, like, after I already got a hit, what can I do with an assist? But I kind of felt like that was the wrong way I was going about it, because now that I'm starting to use assists to make my point character get in, and I didn't really understand that in the beginning. And, you know, now, you know, I'm looking at your team, and that's kind of, you know, the drones is all about allowing Magneto a safe, you know, entry and mix-up, right? I mean, is that like a huge part about it?
100%.
Okay.
Or in, you know, that's the thing about Magneto, because he's so multifaceted. Depending on who I'm playing and how I'm playing him, you know, it's like sometimes I'm not calling drones because I want to get in. I'm not even calling them because I want to get out. I'm calling them just to kind of control space and force you to do something, and maybe and chip you. You know, sometimes it's like I just want to play a chip game, so I'm gonna throw this EM disrupt. I'm gonna call these drones, and I'm gonna do this EM disruptor, and either you super jump, in which case you got to take, you know, my 50-50 wingman
round or whatever. Up there to meet him, okay.
Yeah, or you stay there and I get an EM disruptor and you're blocking the drones and I get a second EM disruptor and possibly a third on certain characters, and you know what I mean. It's a space controlling tool.
Right. Okay. And as far as stuff with controlling space, do you think as players get better controlling space, like let's say like Chris, like as players understand how to control, like, just, you know, Marvel 3 in general, with, like, let's say they know Chris flat out and they have like a perfect assist build with him, do you think characters like Chris will get better, or do you think they kind of are in the spot they're going to be in, like, for a long time?
Oh, I definitely think characters can improve, and where it's way too soon to be able to, like, write off any character.
I agree. For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you look at like Marvel 2, right? And in the beginning of Marvel 2's life, Sentinel was a bad character. He was just like, you know, he wasn't that good. And then eventually people found out, like, wait a minute, there's this thing called unfly, and so you can go in the fly and then you can still be safe because you can unfly and block. It's like, wait, how do you trigger this state? And then, you know, and then it changed everything. You know,
it changed the whole meta of it, right?
Yeah, because then it not only made it to where he could defensively unfly, he could offensively unfly and attack you. So it was like, wait a minute, now his pressure game is ridiculous, you know, and he jumped significantly in tier, you know, and then likewise, you know, as technology comes out for the game, so for something like Marvel 3, where there's so much available, you know, and just so many things untapped, there's no way we know what characters will be really good. I mean, I don't think Morgan is going to last, you know, the sands of time, you know.
Okay. Yeah, no, I guess I could see that too. You know, I've been playing around with a lot of stuff, experimenting with a lot of stuff, as far as, you know, I put different videos out, like showcasing different things. They're not like when I put a video out, talking about like a crossover counter or a fucking like like a reset or something, it's never to like, yo, this is like game breaking, yo, check this out. It's always about like, yo, maybe we should explore more of this stuff, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So like when some of the crossovers that I don't know, what is it called again? Crossover counter? Yeah, crossover counter. Like the Akuma's Tatsu seems really good with that.
Yeah.
And it seems like people can start, as people get better and people get to recognize situations better, do you think that more situational stuff like that are going to be utilized in winning games because people have been in situations so many times, as time goes on, people are always going to get better and obviously going to start to recognize situations faster.
Right.
Things like, the crossover counter, maybe happy birthday with Akuma Tatsu or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you think more of that's going to pop up, or do you think it's going to be, kind of ironed out into like, just the one hit, just maximize your damage all the way, hopefully a touch of death, and because it seems like it's either going to be extreme lockdown or extreme like movement. Like I don't know. I suck at marbles, so like I'm always caught in one or the other. So
yeah.
I can either never catch this guy, or I can never not stop blocking, and that's kind of like the problem I'm at right now. So,
I mean, that's a super valid point, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think about that, and that's, I mean, just you saying that idea to me, it just automatically opened up so many ideas. Like, just for example, in Knives' position,
right.
My characters don't have the kind of assist that would be good for
right.
crossover
They don't have much for that. What storm assist are you using? Are you using the upped electric, or you're using the
just the regular Typhoon around the screen?
Okay.
It doesn't matter because all of her assists are awful.
Yeah, I was gonna say I never even see you call Storm.
It's rare. She's so bad as an assist character.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I used to use the up lightning attack for one specific gimmick, and that gimmick it's dead. I'm done with that. And then so then it's like her vertical one doesn't even track, and it's like 80 frames or something ludicrous.
Mm-hmm.
It's like she is just useless as an assist character.
Right.
But that utility as far as THCs is ridiculous.
Okay,
so.
I gotcha. Hey, by the way, are you practicing the Infinite or no? The Storm?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I practiced it day one, and it's so simple that it's not
really? Okay.
difficult. I can already do it. Like I learned it in like 2 minutes, and it's consistent.
Shows how much I've been keeping up with Storm. Okay, so so you don't like that Typhoon assist, right?
No.
Okay.
I don't like any of her assists at all.
Did you know what OTGs?
Yes.
So like, and it comes out hella late, right?
Really, really late.
It's
almost
like, okay, because like I don't know, obviously, but when I see that assist as like calling that shit at the beginning of your combo, and then like whatever, launching, blah blah blah, do your whatever, and then hitting them to the ground, and then like 8 minutes later when that shit finally comes out, it re-OTGs them, and then doing something like that. But besides that, I can't really see anything. What else can that thing do other than perfect positioning? Calling assists. So I do feel like some assists are like, I can't figure them out. What is the purpose?
Yeah, like some of them are pretty, like they're there, but they're useless. I mean, they did the same thing in Marvel too. There were a bunch of characters that had assists that you would like never ever use.
There
were a bunch of characters you would never ever use. But
that's true, I guess.
I remember with Spencer, I was like, wait a minute, I can get a second up grapple off of this OTG, and it was like, dude, in the corner, the assist goes past the corner. I remember it seems like once they got like a basic understanding of Storm, they're like, yo, we're just done with this shit character. Because if you remember, like in early on in the game, they were talking about the fact that Dormammu was like near the corner and he was calling pillars and they were coming in off screen and it was like, yo, that's completely useless. Why would he be able to call this pillar off screen? And they're like, no, we'll fix it to where if he's near the corner, the pillar will always just, stop at the edge. So it'll still have its uses. And then, and then they were doing that with the dark hole and other stuff. Long story short, Storm on the other hand, it was like, yeah, she's doing her Typhoon way off screen, right?
Yeah,
it's like,
right.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that though. Like, that's not. And then same thing with Iron Man. They were like, yo, in the beginning it was like, hey man, his triangle dash is messed up. If when characters dash from an air, from the air, they can't even attack fast enough, so he can't even like do an overhead with his air dash. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll fix that. And then with Storm, it was like, all right, but so then they made it faster. And then with Storm, they were like, yeah, we're just gonna leave it really long still.
Yeah, it seems like she kind of got the short end of the stick there.
Yeah, in a lot of ways. I mean, I make her work, but
no. I mean,
she's so bad.
You definitely, specialized with her to the point where you're able to open up people with her, which is it's kind of disappointing because I see you open up someone with Storm and then like you do like her best combo possible, and it's still like nothing close to like some like Nova's like derp combo. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like. I totally feel you on that. What do you think the worst character in this game is?
Oh, worst character? Man, I hate saying this because, gosh, I was so wrong. I used to say Thor was one of the worst characters, and that character, I think he's good, man.
Okay, but the thing with Thor is, I totally feel like I understand what you mean by Thor, because if that guy hits you, it's like, well, whatever, like, that guy can just like derp through something, like, because he's a tank,
Yeah.
But I feel like Thor is one of those heroes that like. He got good. Well, not good, but you know what I mean. At the same time, same thing that you're talking about.
Yeah.
He has potential, whatever, but I feel like the better everyone's movement gets, the worse that character's gonna be. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I feel with Thor.
True. And with respect to certain matchups, because I think
that's true.
Thor
right.
actually has some anti-Morgan tech, because he can absorb fireballs and still like rush towards her. He has shock, which would be really good for. And then he has his command grab mix up, so if she gets touched, she's bopped. And so, I think he's, he just has certain potential for certain matchups. I hate fighting him with Magneto.
I guess he does have certain scary situations or elements that can make him scary. Okay, this is my question, because I know there are 2 assists. Now, I don't know if you thought about this or other people have, but this is just me, like, wondering about Marvel. I know there are 2 assists that reflect fireballs. How come no one like tries that out against Morgan Doom?
Well, because I think for Amy, like the timing is kind of tight, I guess. To reflect
yeah, that
fireballs.
Is true. Her assist is really slow, or like it's out there real quick and it comes back. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, so then it has to be at a specific position, or else she'll reflect one fireball and not the other. Because you have to do it pretty much very close to the point of collision.
Oh, you're talking about to get both fireballs, the one behind and forward. See, I was thinking more to just reflect at least the one in front, and then follow the one that you reflected like towards her to gain ground.
Right. Again,
I'm not like
damage, but then the fireball from behind would come and bop you.
Right, you still have to worry about the behind fireball, right?
Yeah, and if she recovers and hits you off of that, and you just gave her a meter or more and possibly died.
Okay.
It's kind of ludicrous. I don't even think Morgan kills you off of one hit without a THC like 99% of the time. So that's why I don't think she'll last tier-wise.
Okay.
I feel like it's a Strider Doom kind of situation.
Okay. What do you mean? Meaning that was gone? Strider Doom is no longer as scary as it used to be?
Well, in Marvel 2, if you remember...
Strider Doom, that in Marvel 2.
Yeah, that team, corner trap teams in general, were unbeatable. Team Strider Doom and Team there was a Blackheart corner trap, Strider Doom, and then there was a Spiral. And yes, advanced tactics really helped, thanks to Genghis and the San Diego crew for teaching us how to guard cancel. But even with guard canceling, the teams were still really good and really hard to beat.
Right. Okay.
And until the game fleshed itself out, and then it's like, you can spend all this time chipping me. I'm Magneto, and I'm gonna touch you one time, and I'm gonna bop you. I might even do it before you even get a chance to chip me, and then it's GG.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like that the game changed, and I think the same thing will happen with Morgan.